I went down all the rabbit holes like everyone else, Carrie. I started learning about constitutions and all these other, Bill of Rights and the Charter of Rights in Canada and stuff. And then I realized these are pieces of paper that are written by my fellow man or woman. And unless they claim, number one, that I'm property, number two, that I have a contract with them on the private side as a man or woman that I'm their property, or number three, I have a contract with the service corporation they're acting through that I'm property. When any man or woman answers no to those three questions, then nothing, Carrie, in this world that they say to you, they put pen to paper in front of you, applies to you. So anytime a piece of paper gets put in front of you, I don't care if your names, you don't play the name game, upper and lowercase hieroglyphic. I don't care if it's smeared in mud and jello. I don't care. Who wrote this document? Where's the verified claim I trespass causing wrong or harm? You're done. And you stand on that square. You don't have to get into Bill of Rights or constitutions, and that's the problem. People keep looking to words on a piece of paper to protect them instead of understanding the power of the words that reside within their heart and their mind and their soul. And once those three became one, and it took me a long time, right? I was at this freaking thing for 20 years, it was about 10 years ago, maybe not 20, 15 years. And then the light finally went on. I guess I was finally ready for God to say, okay, Chris, you've chewed on every dog bone that's out there. I know you're frustrated because that was that weight that you talked about I was always carrying. And soon as I understood that, I'm getting goosebumps telling you now, that weight was lifted from me. And now I'm immovable with the truth. I eat these people for breakfast, powerfully, lawfully, and that's why you always do, as you were doing, the 3 notice process. You always send them a notice before you go to court. You say, listen, I'm trying to settle this honorably on the private side. Is there a verified claim I require produced as evidence to establish a court first and foremost? Or if there's no contract or a man or woman claim that a debt be due, true or past due, then that only leaves that somebody involved in this believes I'm property. And then you hit them with those 3 questions. So when they don't produce a verified claim or contract that there's a trespass that's occurred, and they don't claim that you're property and have the evidence to back that up, there is no court. And that man wearing that black robe, every time I go into that courtroom, I always find out his name ahead of time. Say his name's Bob. I go, hey, Bob, my name's Christopher. I said, I'm the man that's making special appearance here today. I said, first I want to address the jurisdiction of this court, right? And then I hit him with those 3 questions. Do you claim I'm property? You got a contract on property, or a contract with the service corporation you're acting through that I'm property? Let the record show he answered no. That means that you don't have jurisdiction over me only because of that honorable title you have, that there must be a verified claim in this court right now, not some sissy complaint from a society you don't belong to, a claim that I trespass causing wrong or harm. Where is it? I require it produced now. And if you do it correctly, before you get to court, you've got your 3 notices in to whoever that man or woman that's acting for that service corporation, whether there's a bar, most likely a bar member or whatever, but you get those communications notices to them, and then you hit them on the 3rd notice, Carrie, with what is known as a tacit agreement. And a tacit agreement basically says, hey, Bob or Susie, I've sent you honorably 3 communications to avoid any fraud that gets placed upon the court. You have acquiesced. You have not produced that evidence that I'm property, or there's a verified contract or claim that I've trespassed causing wrong or harm. So I require of you to stop this process, and we can settle this privately and correct the record. If they don't do that in the tacit agreement, you basically say, I've got a tacit agreement secured now with you, and if we have to go to court, I'm going to hold that against you. And just so you know, my appearance fee now, and that's when you hit them with it's $100,000 or whatever you want. You're a fee to deal with this fraud that he's bringing in before the court, and you're going to go after him on the private side. You're going to go after him, and you're going to lien his home or whatever else he's got. That's how you hold these people accountable. That's what you need to understand. When you go into that courtroom, Carrie, that man or woman wearing the black robe, they are our public servants. And remember what I said off the top? Anytime a man or woman acts in any role, you don't have any rights. Only a man or a woman have rights, right? Or one of the people. A citizen, a resident, all these other terminologies. Nope, that's not in the Bible, right? A man or woman. And that's why I'll circle back. Job 32:21. You read that, Carrie, and you're going to go, oh my. And even the ministers that are out there in Canada that have been, taken to court, I've tried to help them. They don't even know their own Bible. They don't understand it. I said, what you're doing, the word person is a sin in God's eyes. And it's in the Bible over 20, I think it's 24, 25 times, something like that. Every time God talks about the word person, that title, it is an abomination to what he created. He says, you are not a person. A person is a man-made entity, as you explained earlier, when we're born. So it is really simple. When you know who you are, no one will mess with you. And it doesn't mean you're walking around acting like a real angry person or you're ignorant to other people. No, you're very, very powerful. And believe me, it moves people. And in my communications, I teach these people on the other side. Most of my cases, I get them thrown out before they even go to court. We still lack the accountability, but that's because we're not getting access to that public courthouse. That's seeing that the bar is eviscerated from this world. They need to be liquidated and removed and never to enter our courthouses again, unless it's what? Contract. And you know what the word law stands for, Corey? I'll just end it on this. You know what the word law stands for?
No.
Land, air, water. They're the three jurisdictions of law. We are born on the land. The bar operates where? On the sea, water, Admiralty Maritime Law. That's why the Bible says God walked on water.
Yeah, it's true.
He walked all over this society, right? And that's what you learn in the Bible. He beat them on both sides. He beat them in their legal realm, the world of the dead, but he also beat them on remember, these legal proceedings are inferior courts to a court of man. There is nothing greater in this world, more powerful than we, the people, man or woman. We are the creators in this world, right? Nothing stands above us except our creator, and we don't allow anything to come between us. And that's what they're doing right now with all this technology. They're trying to break into the collective consciousness of the mind of man. It's funny, my first video came out, that was the title of the video that I put out in 2017, and it was Trespass Against the Mind of Man. And it's amazing how that come back full circle, right? And that's why we said one truth will save this world. And really it is. When you understand who you are, then you can look and engage in this world in the correct and proper manner. And that's how we're going to fix everything.